God's people, the Israelites, had a weakness. They had a really hard time believing and trusting in God's promises, and they let fear get in the way of the good things God had for them. You see, there was a land that God promised to give them. The Israelites had never been there before, so Moses, their leader, sent Joshua, Caleb, and 10 other men into the land to check it out. Once the men got into the promised land, they couldn't believe their eyes. This place was the best thing they had ever seen. They saw that there were grapes so large that it took 2 of them to carry just 1 branch. The land was so perfect, they said it was flowing with milk and honey. They loved all that they were seeing, except there was one tiny problem. There were some really tall and powerful people living there. Well, the 12 men went back to Moses to tell him what they saw. 10 of the men told Moses that the land was great, but warned him, saying things like, "We can't attack those people. They are more powerful than we are. We look like grasshoppers compared to them." The other 2 men, Joshua and Caleb, told Moses about all of the great things in the land. They had faith and believed that because God had promised them the land, it would be theirs. They used their faith in God like a shield and told everyone they shouldn't be afraid because God was with them. When the Israelites heard the report, they let their weakness of fear take over. They decided not to go into the land. Because of this, the Israelites wandered for another 40 years in the desert. God decided once again to bring them to the promised land and allowed them to enter this time. Joshua and Caleb had faith and never stopped trusting God. They were able to live in the perfect land that God promised. When we have faith and trust God, we use the shield of faith from God's armor to overcome our weaknesses. When we suit up with the shield of faith, we can stand against any fear and save the day.